Bear Grylls once said, "Survival can be summed up in 3 words. Never give up." Because for most of human history, if you stopped trying, you died. People who figured out how to hunt and catch fish were the ones who survived. And I imagine that the first human who ever pulled a fish out of the water with a string felt the exact same thing we feel today. That sudden rush of adrenaline when the fish bites, followed by that hit of dopamine when it finally reaches the net. But somewhere along the way, people have become detached from the reason why catching a fish feels so good. But not me. Because most of the time when I'm out fishing, I'm trying to catch dinner, like this trout you see here. One of the hundreds of trout I've caught over the years. The biggest being a 24-inch rainbow. But there's one thing I've never caught. A true giant. I'm talking about a 30-inch trout. Now you might be wondering, if my goal is just to catch dinner, why would I care about a 30-inch trout? The same reason people care about gold or diamonds. Because it's rare. And when something is rare and incredibly difficult to obtain, it becomes valuable. A trout has to survive for years to reach that size. It has to avoid predators, anglers, and find enough food to keep growing. Most trout never even get close. And something about that makes me want to catch one, which is what brought me here. Somewhere in the state of New Jersey, of all places, where there are rumors of trout reaching 30 inches.
All right, y'all, we got 2 setups here. We've got one little jerk bait that I'm gonna be kind of using as a search bait, and then I've got a drop shot set up on this lighter rod. Really pick apart the holes, but I'm gonna start off using this jerk bait, just trying to hit these seams and work them and try to see if I can find an aggressive fish on the edge. You know, we're looking for bigger fish, so we're gonna be using a bigger bait. I've got some bigger jerk baits than this one that I'm gonna try as well, but we're gonna start off with this guy right here. Let's just see how this looks. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
You see this seam right in front of me? When the water is high like this, trout often move closer to the bank where the current isn't as strong. They'll sit right on the edge of fast water and slow water, waiting to ambush anything that drifts past. So I moved upstream and I retrieved my lure right along that seam. And moments later, something attacked my lure.
There we go. Fish on, fish on. Let's go. Nice rainbow. Oh, really nice rainbow. Oh, man. Stay pinned, buddy. Stay pinned. Stay on, bud. That's a good rainbow right there. Yeah! Let's go. Look at that chunky rainbow right there. Oh my gosh. Guys, that did not take long at all. What a beautiful rainbow trout. Oh my goodness. It's not the fish we're after, but he might be 15 inches. If he breaks the 15-inch mark, I'm gonna keep him. What a beauty fish right there. All right, y'all, here he is. Beautiful rainbow. I don't think he's gonna be quite 15 inches. They've gotta be at least 15 to keep in here. This guy's probably right about 15 or just under maybe. So I'm gonna get him back. It's a beautiful male rainbow. Colors are incredible on this fish. At this rainbow. Really thick. Okay, don't go yet, don't get, hold on. Beautiful, beautiful male rainbow trout. Really, really nice fish. They get way bigger than this. I'm looking for a fish about twice the size of this guy, so we're gonna get him back here. Man, what a stud of a rainbow. Here he goes. Woo! Fish number 1. That's what we're here for, but twice the size. There's rumors of fish twice as big as that one in this stream. And that was a pretty good one for the first fish of the day. I haven't really fished that long. I haven't made that many casts. Let's see if we can't catch a freaking giant. Let's get back in there. This is the type of spot right here that holds really, really big trout. We've got an awesome seam right up here. You can see the slack water when it's high like this and murky. There's gonna be a big trout sitting right on that seam, waiting for something to come by. And hopefully we can get one to come out and strike this little jerk bait that I'm using. I'm gonna fish this entire seam here. I've got a lot of chances at maybe a big fish. This is the type of spot where they're gonna be sitting. So let's see if we can't get one to bite.
After catching that first rainbow, I was feeling pretty good about the rest of the day. But after hours of fishing seam after seam without even a sign of another fish, that confidence started to fade. But I couldn't help but think back to some of the biggest trout I've caught over the years. And most of them had one thing in common. They showed up early in the morning or right before dark. So with that in mind, I kept fishing. And as the sun started to drop, I made my way back to the same stretch of water where I'd caught that fish earlier. And as it started to get dark, I remembered a motto my buddy Kyle and I say: always fish the bridge.
All right, y'all, last couple casts of the day here. Just gonna throw a few casts right in here. You know, I know big fish will feed at this time of the day. This is the time of the night that they feed. So, you know, you gotta do your due diligence, do some work casting this time of the night. Want to be right there. Right in here looks pretty good. It's good enough to probably hold a trout. I expect. We're into 5. Oh, I got one. Nice rainbow. Real nice rainbow. Yeah. Hell yeah. Stay pinned. That's a good one. That's a 15-incher, I think. If he wants to stay on. And he's fired up. Get in the boat, baby. Hell yeah, he'll go 15. Big female. Oh. I'm actually, let's see. That's probably a 15-incher. Man, choked it. Absolutely choked it. Look at that fish right there. That's a solid one. 8 and 8. Yeah, he's like 16-incher. It's a good rainbow. I'm gonna give him the old Pennsylvania on the head here. There you go. That's how you do it. Just to be perfectly sure about it, and then we'll bleed him as well. That's a real good rainbow. Big 16-inch rainbow. Stud. Good eats right there. Not the fish we're here for, but I will take it. That's for sure. Take that out of there. Might as well pull his gills out while we're at it. You guys can probably see the difference between this one and the other one. The other one's mouth had that hook on it. This one, just your standard stocked female. You know, probably a holdover fish. Been in the stream for a good bit of time. But you know, really nice rainbow. Gonna be really good eating.
And so I dispatched the fish, took it home, cooked it whole, fresh trout for dinner. It doesn't get much better than that. Well, actually, it does, because that 30-inch trout is still out there somewhere. And I'm not giving up. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.